I had the volume all the way down, so I didn't hear what I just said. So, welcome to the stream, everyone. We're gonna get started in a moment. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I mean, I'm doing Illustrator today, but I mean with the stream, I'm not sure what I'm doing. Friday mornings have gotten a little busy, it seems. There are like 5 live streams going on right now. So I'm kind of thinking maybe shifting this to a different day and time. I'm not really sure. Also, I really need to do something about the branding that I've got going on here. Yeah, I mean, Adobe for Education gave us these new assets, right? So you can see those like in my starting soon thing here, right? And also in the background to this. So I've been kind of, I don't know. For something like this, I'm not even sure if I want to have all these overlays. I could do something like this where, you know, it's much bigger. So maybe I'll go with this right now. It's simpler. It places the focus on Illustrator, on the content, not so much on other things going around. Although I always like making, what do you call them? Overlays inside of Photoshop for this sort of thing. It's always fun. But yeah, I don't know. Like let me know in the chat what you think works better, right? The branded kind of overlay here or the bare bones stuff that we have here. I think I'm gonna go with this for the rest of the stream, just for a little difference. I'm playing with stuff, again, playing with times, thinking about playing with times. And these new assets that Adobe for Education has come up with, I'm not psyched about. I don't like the design, but there's not much I can do about that. Hey! Matt Dombrowski, how are you? Thanks for popping in. Did I see, Matt, that you had that you were on spring break at your university last week? I think I saw that somewhere. We have one more week of classes until our spring break at the University of Colorado Boulder. So I'm very much looking forward to that. It's needed. Oh, today is the last day for Matt's spring break. Well, I hope. Well, yeah, it's been, at least mine falls in the spring. Yeah, it's been freezing and snowing like nonstop in Colorado for what seems like, I don't know, the whole year. We've gotten so much snow in the Denver, Boulder area. It's kind of crazy. But I imagine, Matt, you being down in Florida, you probably haven't gotten much snow. Yeah, humid and rainy. Yeah. I actually love the rain. I really like the rain. Humidity, I can't stand. But the rain is fun. Yeah, branding from Adobe is gross and outdated. I don't get it. I didn't mind the previous branding that we were given, but the stuff we've got going on now, like this sort of thing, like I've tried to darken it a bit for my purposes, but yeah, it doesn't do it for me. So maybe I'll just let Adobe for Education use that branding how they want, and I will bad Art Nouveau. Yeah, it reminds me of like somebody sat down with like Microsoft Paint and just, you know. I mean, Adobe does have some nice applications for drawing and painting. Fresco comes to mind, but I mean, Illustrator here too, right? So we're gonna do some Illustrator today. Yeah, it's, I don't understand it, but a lot of things that Adobe does are very mysterious, aren't they? We just have to go along with it. So let's see. And you know, I mean, Adobe for Education is enabling me to do these things. So, you know, I can't trash their decisions too much, but yeah, those are my kind of personal feelings about the new branding. Yeah, we love them. We do. We love them with all of their pustules and warts and so on. No entity is perfect. Yeah. So, Illustrator. What we're gonna do is we're gonna look at grungifying content here. So I've got some stuff set up already in this document. What I've got is this background image, and I might just like hide this for a while. So it's just a clipped image that I grabbed from Adobe stock in their free library. So if we hide that, right, it's just a square image. So I want to draw, I think I'll draw just a very basic kind of skull here, and then we'll grungify it. And we're gonna use a combination of gradients to give it some dimension, and then also some noise effects and things like that. Illustrator is really cool because you can create like really clean, crisp shapes with it, right? So you don't usually think about things being grungy with Illustrator, but you know, adding texture to things, adding, you know, a little bit of roughness, you know, it can be very useful, right? So actually, maybe I'll turn that off. It's a little bright in my eyes. All right. So let's, I don't know, what should I, let's create this out of some composite, some simple shapes here. So if I choose my ellipse tool, right? If we're gonna draw a skull, I'm gonna need to start with something like this. And make sure to center that. This is one thing that I really appreciate about a lot of the Adobe applications adopting these like smart guides, right? So you can see here, it shows me the center right there. And it shows me how far away from the center I am if I were to release this right now, which is really, really useful. I'm going to modify this quite a bit. So I'm gonna lift it up here. And let's go ahead and let's choose the curvature tool here. And we'll modify this path. So I'm going to create sort of the, you know, the main part of the skull, right? Not the jaw. The jaw always falls off, right? So we're not gonna bother with the jaw here. But I am going to shape with the curvature tool. At least I'm gonna start with the curvature tool. I'll probably use additional tools to help flesh this out as we go along. But you can see with the curvature tool, it's easy to just go in and start creating, getting your kind of shape together here. And again, I'm just, you know, going off of memory here, right? So sometimes what's really useful when creating things in something like Illustrator, where you are adapting shapes to something, is, you know, having some sort of a reference to do this sort of thing on. You could always do your reference with, you know, an image of a skull in this case. It's turned out pretty good. And after I get the basic shape down, right, I can go in with my direct selection tool and I can refine this even more. It is the season for skulls. People often think Halloween is the season for skulls, but I think this is the season. Right here. So pretty basic right now, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and switch over to the direct selection tool. And of course, this allows you to modify your different anchor points and handles, right? And the cool thing about using, I should have called this like modeling 2D assets or something instead of grungifying, but whatever. The cool thing about working like this is it's almost like modeling, right, in 3D. So if you've ever used any 3D modeling programs, you know, you start off usually with one workflow. What the hell? Huh, that's weird. Did I just duplicate my... Huh. No. What am I saying? There we go. Yeah, starting out with like something very simple, like the shape of a circle. And just pushing and pulling on that circular shape until you get exactly what you want out of it, right? So using a combination of the curvature tool and the direct selection tool, I want to push in on the temples here a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Let's make this boy a bit severe. Oh yeah. Look at him go. He's got quite the cheekbones. Yeah, as we're working through this, we just keep tweaking it, you know, until it gets to the point where it's what we envision, right? It's like any endeavor like this. Whoa, what is up with my, gosh. Hey, is everybody seeing this okay? I just noticed my preview here was glitching out quite a bit. So I hope that isn't the case for everyone else. Again, let me know in the chat. Oops. Let me know in the chat how you are doing today, how things are going. And we will continue. Let's go ahead and punch out some eye sockets here. And again, we're starting with really basic shapes as we go through here. And I'm gonna want these to be different, right? I don't want them to be exact replicas of one another. Like oftentimes, you know, people will, when working in Illustrator like this, you know, you create one eye the way you want, and then you sort of pull and push and modify until you got it. And then once you got it, you just kind of copy it and paste it and mirror it, right? I mean, it's certainly a workflow that you could use. But again, I want this to be pretty rough. We're going for grungy. So there's that. And let's see here. Let's do some Pathfinder stuff. So I can, it's funny, I can never quite remember. There we go. Boom. I was saying I can never quite remember exactly the Pathfinders that I want for different things, but that worked out pretty good. And for the nose, I'm going to use just the regular old standard pen tool here. Yeah. Funky with the skull nose. So yeah, everybody, let me know again how you're all doing in the comments. I'm always interested to know how people are doing, what you're working on, stuff like that. This is a compound shape, so it's not gonna work. Come on, guy. Object. I have to remember. Let's. What? No. I am. This isn't working out. Let's delete that. We want to. Include the nose here. There we go. All right, so another thing I need to do, this is obviously too low. I need to, there we go. Shore that up a bit. A little wider. Okay. Oops. All right, so now that we've got that going, I'm gonna select the object and remove the stroke. Don't want any stroke on there. And I'm also gonna change the fill. So right now we got white, right? Let's go ahead and change this to, oops, I'm in the stroke still. Fill. Let's give this a bit of a sort of tan appearance. Well, I don't know. Something like that. Let's go with that. Oops. Yeah, so obviously there's something going on with the stream. I keep getting problems. I'm not sure why, but I'm seeing big problems with my my stream here. So I can imagine this is unfortunate. You know what we might do? If this doesn't clear up, I'm just gonna stop the stream. I don't know what's going on. I am on Ethernet cable here, a very high speed internet. I wonder if I switch back to my regular streaming screen, if that might help. Yeah, it looks like I'm pretty good now. I'm not sure if it had to do with that or not. I will keep an eye on it. Let's go ahead and continue. Yeah, so I noticed everybody just dropped, which is great. So yeah, I don't know what's up with either the network today or whatever, but let's go ahead and continue. So I've got that. We filled that up. And actually, I want to move this layer to, or this object to layer 2. And let's put a background object across layer 1 here, my background layer. And I'm just gonna make a nice square. Change the fill color to straight up black. And then, for my fill, opacity, let's take that down. All right, I got my appearance panel open here. It looks like my connection's good now. Huh. So it must have been that other bit there that I was having problems with. You know, I'm seeing a big lag. I don't know if it's Behance doing it or what. But it may be corrected. I don't know. All right, so let's go ahead and continue on. So layer 2, I got this object right here. Let's go ahead and duplicate it. So I've got 2 skulls now. I want to grungify this. So what I'm going to do, let's see. One thing I want to do is appearance. Let's go ahead and use a gradient. Again, if you're just joining, we are grungifying appearance in Illustrator. And now there are a couple of different types of gradients. Once you have a gradient applied in Illustrator, the gradient will appear, the gradient properties will appear in here. So you can choose from linear, you can have a radial gradient, or you can have this guy. This is a newer type of gradient. It's sort of like a free flow gradient. And actually, this is what I'm going to use inside of here. And you can see here's some additional stuff. Let's open up our gradient panel. There it is. I'm like, where did it go? All right, so as I choose each of these points, you know, I can move them around. And what I want to do in doing this is to effectively shade my object here. You can add additional points along the gradient. You can modify, of course, how these things are being used. Yeah, it looks like my stream has stabilized, so that's good. Sorry, everyone who got caught up in that. But what are you gonna do, you know? It's the world we live in. Let's pop another one right there. And we don't want complete white. Take it into gray territory here. And this one too. This one shouldn't be completely white either. All right. So there's that, right? Let's kind of close that out. All right. Let's actually save this just in case Illustrator decides to crash on me. Which, strangely enough, Illustrator seems to be one of the applications that crashes the most for me, which is really weird. I mean, I guess I'm thinking about the 3D workflows that are present here now. But yeah. Actually, let's have a look and see how many live streams we have going on right now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 live streams. So yeah, I mean, 6 is really something. I am wondering whether I should change the time for this stream yet again. Let's lock that. Actually, lock the entire background down, Joseph. Thank you, Joseph. There we go. All right, let's add actually some, like a bit of a background to what we've got going on here with the skull. For this, I'm just gonna draw out with the pen tool just some stuff for the inner skull. So the inner skull, you can see through the eyes, right? And the easiest way to do this, just make it black. Yeah, spooky. All right, cool. There we go. And, you know, I can lock that down as well. Let's now go ahead and put this up top here. And what I want to do, let's start actually grungifying this. I don't know if I want to use that. Let's add the effect to our completed skull right here. I'm gonna go to effects, and well, okay. So it wasn't the this is annoying. Yeah, so I'm down to like 0 kilobits per second right here is what OBS is showing, which is super frustrating. Sorry, everyone. I don't know what's going on. I swear my my connection is really good. All right, let's go ahead. You know what? His brow looks too, I don't know. I mean, you can, his brow looks very, needs to be taller. There we go. That's better. That's the problem we had before. All right, so anyway, let's go ahead and select this fellow here. We're gonna go into effects, and I want to put in some grain. All right, so we go texture grain under Photoshop effects, which is always interesting. It's like we're inside of Adobe Illustrator. let's add some Photoshop effects. All right. So you can see here, we've got all sorts of different effects here. I'm in grain. I can turn the intensity up or down, the contrast up or down. And grain type. We got regular, we got soft, we got sprinkles, clumped, contrasty. I'm gonna go with just regular, I guess. All right. So we have got here this skull, and let's go ahead and do some additional stuff to it. What I want to do now, you can see it's got a nice grainy texture to it, right? So what we want to do, I'm trying to think what I want to do. Let's just have what am I thinking? Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to roughen it up a little bit. So we can do the same thing. Distort and transform. We can roughen our edges. So if I choose roughen here, you can see it gets a little crazy. Or I don't know, maybe you can't see because my stream sucks. But if I take this down a bit to absolute. I just want to give it like a little bit of variancy, right? Smooth, please. And let's add some drop shadow to this too, to let it sort of appear off of here. Yeah, look at that. And we can add a couple of these. My goodness, Behance. What is your deal today? Well, I hope this is coming across. Let's take the opacity down a bit here. Take the blur up a bit. Ooh, it's really slow.
This is all so empty, and I am so crushed.
I'm checking my activity monitor to see if my computer's just going wild or what's going on.
This is all so empty, and I am so crushed.
I mean, it seems like things are going fine. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, it looks like my stream is okay again for who knows how long. So let's work at finishing this up, right? Oh, you know what? That's way too rough. I don't want it to be that rough. What is this nonsense? What is this eye? Oh, yeah, of course it does. Come on, guy. So it's telling me I need to go into my appearance panel, which is fine. I am completely okay with that. There's Ruffin right there. Let's take that down. Maybe 2?
Quick little breaths.
Yeah, there we go. That is more what I'm looking for. Just to roughen those edges a bit. So, let's see.
So empty. And I am so crushed.
I'm trying to see... Wait a minute. Google Chrome is using 99% of my CPU? Are you kidding me? Wow. That doesn't sound good. Here, let's just quit Google Chrome. Yes.
This is all so empty.
Well, we'll see if that fixes it. It's not fixed yet. It's still really crappy looking. Wow, this is so frustrating. Right. Google Chrome. Anyhow. Again, let's finish this up. This has been... I mean, this is a great stream. I really like how this is coming out, but obviously the network can't handle what I'm doing, or I don't know what's going on. So it's very frustrating for me. Let's add some text to this. Memento mori. Remember that you will die. Just like my stream. Yeah, let's choose something that's a little grungy for the text as well. Blackbeard. I love this font. I grabbed this from Adobe Fonts some time ago. It's a great little font. And we want this centered. Let's shift skull up like this. And then the text I want to be white. Or close to white, a little gray. And let's add a drop shadows to that too. I guess that makes, I don't know. Wait. Maybe not. Let's maybe do a blend mode. Calm down, Joseph. There we go. Soft light. Perfect. And I'm at 0 kilobits per second again. I am just gonna kill the stream. This is ridiculous. So thank you everyone for coming. I don't know if any of this got recorded, but I could be wasting my time completely here. I hope not. Thank you for joining. I'm frustrated. I'll see you later.